You know, everybody around here knows me as the Latin Clover. The ladies know me as the man with the lucky smile. They know I used to carry 2 SWAT teammates out of danger at the same time. They know I spent years putting myself between innocent people and the worst this world had to offer. But there is one title that means more to me than any of those. Uncle Bull. You see, Carissa Von Cease, that's my adoptive niece. When she was just 9 years old, my own sister abandoned her. I wish that wasn't true. I wish Carissa had the childhood every little girl deserves. But life doesn't always give children what they deserve. So I took her in. I made sure she had a roof over her head. I made sure she had food on the table. I made sure she knew somebody loved her. Every birthday, every scraped knee, every nightmare, every school play, I was there. And to this day, she still runs up to me with that big smile and says, "Uncle Bull." That's enough to make any man proud.
So, she's just your actual niece then?
What?
You heard me. You said you adopted her, except you were already her uncle, so you're just her uncle. Calling yourself her adopted uncle is completely redundant. Actually, that whole story was incredibly stupid. Then again, I'm struggling to believe any of it. Child Protective Services looked at a vulnerable little girl and thought, let's leave her with the 40-year-old virgin. Really? And weren't you always bragging about being SWAT? That sounds like a fantastic environment for a child. A single guy working dangerous hours. Didn't you also say you were fired in suspicious circumstances from that job? So social services were perfectly happy with all of that? I'm beginning to think every story you've ever told is made up. Hero cop, big protector, adoptive uncle. It's all a sympathy act, or maybe it's just another pathetic attempt to impress women.
You got a lot of nerve. You don't know a damn thing about me. You don't know what Carissa went through. You don't know what I went through. You weren't there when that little girl needed somebody. You weren't there when she cried herself to sleep. You weren't there when she needed somebody to tell her everything was going to be okay. I was. You stand here making jokes because you think every family has to fit into your neat little definition. Family isn't built by technicalities. It's built by showing up. It's built by sacrifice. It's built by love. And don't you ever, ever question my honor or Carissa's again.
Ooh, touchy.
You know, maybe this makes a little more sense now. Maybe the reason you can't understand any of this is because your own lousy father walked out on you. So don't you stand there pretending you know what a father figure looks like. Because while yours abandoned you, I chose to stay. I chose to be there. I chose to raise a little girl who needed somebody in her corner. And I'd make that choice again every single day. I'm done listening to you take cheap shots at my family. I'm done listening to you insult a young woman who has done nothing except work hard and chase her dreams. If you want to find out what a real father figure looks like, meet me in that ring, and I'll teach you the lesson your old man never did.